So now we're going to use some LINQ magic as I promised, and remember, to use LINQ magic you have to first of all use the statement of LINQ. So you need this guy's system LINQ to start using the LINQ magic. But when that is available, we can start doing some crazy things. And you've seen some of it already using LINQ statements with the lambda expressions inside them. So let's have a look at what we're going to do. What I'm actually going to do is I want to convert this entire list of customer objects. Right now they're all customer objects. It's a list of customer. Yeah. And I want to convert every one of them into customer BO objects. Now we could start doing this with a for each loop, you know that, and you can play around with that. It's just as easy. But I'm going to use the select statement, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to say for each of these guys, let me just outcome this for now. What I want to do is I want to say return unit of work dot get customer repository, customer repository dot get all. Now I have all available, and then I'm going to select them all. What the select statement will do for me in LINQ, let me just try and put it in there so you can see the name. It's going to take each object, select each object, and then you can start working with that object. There's a lot you can do with the select statement. If you go to tutorials teacher, you can go and read the select statement under the LINQ tutorial. So if you press LINQ and you go to the select statement down here, you can actually go and read a lot more than what I'm doing right here. The focus I'm going to have right now is actually how we can take an entire list and convert it from one thing into another thing. So I'm going to grab this entire list, select each item, and convert them from one thing to another thing. Let me try and show you what I mean here. I'm putting this in here, and then I'm going to make the like this. I'm just going to wrap this up with a semicolon. Now inside the select, I can actually write, oh, go away. I can actually write convert now directly, our function, right? Let me try and do this a lambda expression. Like, so I'll say C for customer. I'll do it like this, the bigger than, and then I'll do convert like this, and in here I'll send the C, right? So I'm converting the customer into, because I'm sending in a customer, I'm converting each of the items inside the list into an actual customer BO. Make sense? The problem is right now that when we do the select, it's actually returning a query, something called an IEnumerable list. That's not what we want to return. We want to return an actual customer BO list, because I still didn't make this generic. So I'm going to do a to list in the end, like this, and then I'm done. Now the cool thing here, if you read this code, it's a one-liner, I like that. Might be hard to read for now, but as you start getting into the LINQ syntax, it doesn't make a lot of sense. So let's have a look at the list again. We're starting to get the unit of work. We're asking it to get all the different customers from the customer repository. Then we're asking it to select each customer and convert that customer from a customer to a customer BO. And then when we're done, we just want to return everything as a list. We're done. I want to show you one more magic part, because they made the select query so that if you already know that your converter is a method that will just work, you can just remove this part and you can just put the convert method directly in here, like this. Now it's magic, black magic. So if this is too hard to read, it'll do exactly the same thing like I just showed you with the C, like this. These are exactly the same. This might be easier to read. I grab each item from the list and convert it into C, and then when I'm done, I convert everything into a BO list. But if that is not what you want, then you can actually just put in the convert function directly in here on its own. Your choice. Just like with everything else when you're writing code, your choice. So that's all for the conversion of an entire list using the select LINQ statement and a lambda expression. See you in the next lesson where we'll try and use the business object differently than the entity object. Have fun.